Okay, so this is typical of the field work we have to do. We're out in the chaparral and we're trying to hunt down a monument that identifies the property line. And right now we're just trying to home in on it with the satellite view, and then we got to get down to the nitty-gritty, which is our metal detector.
So, pardon me, I'm climbing on a
So,
hillside.
Okay, so we just spent the last 2 hours trying to establish a property line that's 300 something feet long. So, as you can see, it's pretty nice up here. So, this driveway is almost 1,000 feet as it wraps around up over here. But what we're going to have to do is out here in the street, or the streets down here. Anyway, we got 2 points out in the street that we have to back shoot, and that establish those 2 points. And then from those 2 points, we can triangulate and set up an alternative point, what we call a control point in the driveway, and then we'll be able to shoot up this hillside. I don't know, this hillside is really steep. For a couple of septuagenarians, it's a hell of a hill. So that's what we're going to do. I'll be showing you how I set up the gun and the rod, and then we'll begin shooting our points. So what we're actually doing is those are established points, and then we reference everything to those established points. Okay, so what we're doing right now is we're looking for monuments that are in the center of the street. And so we've been putting cones out, and can't see any of his driveway from here, can you?
Let me look for lead and tags.
So we're looking for, there's special things that are in the ground that the surveyors use to identify the relationship of a property to the center line of the street. Searching for monuments.
Oh yeah,
See anything out there, Steve? So we got the people on this street haul ass. So what we're see that single cone right there is a point that establishes a tangent for us to take and look at the other driveways that are down there. So I'm going to show you what a monument looks like in the street. And typically for the last 20 years or so, this is a 2-inch pipe, and there's that little dot in the center. That's the exact point of the tangent to the arc on this turn right here. Okay, in order
to skin a cat.
In order to identify some of these, I'll show you, some of these monuments that we look for, we believe it's underneath they paved over it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a metal detector, which is we call it a SWAMI. And we're going to, now you can hear that in the background. Now what we're going to do, we believe there's a monument underneath here. Hear that? So if we're going to establish this exact point from the point down there, and we can get within a tenth of an inch there. So we're going to check this out, and we're going to measure. It's
Okay,
my
now,
job.
hang on. There's a lead tack by the hydrant in the curb.
Yep. See, here's another identifier. See this? So I'm going to put. Okay, so now we're up on the hill, looking down in the street, and so far we can't see our cones. So we're going to have to walk down here. I can see our first cone, but not the second one. So, okay, you can see the cone down here on the other side of that gate, that orange cone, and we need to be able to see the other one in order to get the point that we're looking for. Oh man, it's way down here. I can see it. Looks like this right here, Steve. I can see both cones. Okay? So, all right. So, do you want me to put a marker in the driveway?
Yeah.
All right, and then I'll set the. Okay, and then I'll set the gun up on there. Okay, so this is what's going to happen next. I'm going to come up here, get our tripod, get our robotic. Oh, okay. So he's going to save me, hopefully, a little bit of a walk. You wouldn't believe how steep these roads are. This particular driveway is almost a quarter-mile long. So what's going to happen now is that we can see these two red cones in the street, and then I'm going to put an identifying mark here. This is going to become a reference point for us, and then I'm going to go down with the rod, and this automated gun. Hey, go forward. So it's hard, on video, it's really hard to pick up the quality of how steep hillsides are and stuff. So anyway, this is what we do next is we got to be careful on a hillside. So there's little things we have to do. We got to put sticks in here to keep these drawers right here from sliding out. That's how steep this is.
Is that going to be work? I don't think that'll work.
Too long.
We had a short one right over there.
This is the property we're trying to shoot. Right here, that's the satellite view. Well, how'd you end up with all the 4-footers? I thought we had 36s.
Well, usually I use a 2 for those. Hang on.
Yeah. So this is what we're trying to do. See the drawer? It's so steep these drawers slide out.
See that little loop down there on the tailgate?
Yep. Got it. Just gonna make some really lousy video, but
Edit.
there. Okay, so now this is the tripod that we're gonna use. And that's gonna go down here.
We can set it in the dirt. I'd rather not put it in the driveway because we're going to be up there on a hillside with this thing sitting by itself.
So you want to set up in the dirt?
Yeah, if we can.
Well, I thought the Beatles said, why don't
It's not so cool either.
right here? I guess we could. I can see
Palm
through there.
frond. Oh, maybe with a 4/8 rod. Okay.
Well, maybe we can put the point on the curb right here.
Yeah.
All right, that they can get by.
Yeah. 4/8 rod.
I'll take the shorty too, because I know we can get underneath it.
Yeah.
Okay, the things that we're talking about are what we call the rod. What we're going to set up.
Hang a Yui and come back down, and then we can do this and all that.
I got a splinter. Anyway, so we're going to get the rod. And
We'll leave the rod in because you're going to drive down there.
yeah, okay. So this is what we call the rod. Now the gun is in here. Oh, excuse the video part. So what happens is we'll have this all level.
Oh, I gotta get the new battery.
This
No
is the
battery
gun.
in there.
This is the gun. And I'm going to put a different setup on. This handheld thing isn't allowing me to work, so I'm going to